So guys, just over this past weekend, some really interesting details have just surfaced. This might be the news all of us owners are waiting for. These few changes here are going to dramatically improve our cars and future-proof it for many years to come. Over the past few years, as Tesla has pursued its goal of unsupervised full self-driving, there has been many roadblocks and hurdles along the way that brought up concerns with its current hardware suite. Beyond regulations, there has been known physical limitations to what's running on the production vehicles, keeping it a stretch from achieving truly unsupervised full self-driving. In more recent weeks, it has been discovered that deep within the codes, Tesla's full self-driving software version 13 has been heavily optimized within the constraints of hardware 4, and this update is now pushing the chip close to its maximum performance capabilities. Part of the neural network, the system that allows the cars to think and make decisions, on hardware 4, Node B, one of the processing unit, has nearly maxed out its memory capacity, now sitting at 7.5 gigabytes out of 8, while Node A has also doubled in size. Tesla has, over the iterations, improved on its memory usage by using end-to-end encryption components, making these systems more efficient by cutting down on redundant neural networks and improving how information is processed. Tesla has also shifted away from a single general purpose model for all driving scenarios. Instead, they are now using specialized subnetworks tailored for different environments like factory lots, highways, and city streets, allowing the system to adapt more precisely to each situation, requiring less resources. But then, even so, high memory utilization remains deep within the core, about 135 neural networks still running as the minimum requirement, and going back to it, the main concern still resides on hardware 4 maxing out its 8GB memory limit, similar to how hardware 3 eventually ran into the same constraints as Tesla added more features. This of course brought a lot of doubt into the minds of current vehicle owners, wondering if their hardware 4 eventually will be phased out. However, with that being said, some really encouraging news have just come up in the prior weeks to the Robotaxi launch, squashing all concerns that hardware 4 isn't capable enough. Tesla is actively working on and preparing to roll out a highly improved version of full self-driving software that brings huge efficiency gains into the package. Referring back to a previous Robotaxi video, a question came up from a user on X going by Stuart, asking what software version do these cars have? Is it the same version that we have on our hardware 4 cars, or is it a newer version that will be available to us soon? Responding to that question, Elon states that it's a new version of the software that they're working on, but will merge with the main branch soon, and that they have a more advanced model in alpha stages that has 4 times the parameters, but still requires a lot of polishing. It will be available and deploy in a few months. Then, joining into the thread, Omar from Homar's blog further asked if Robotaxi software will have the 3x model compared to the current 13.2.9 as promised from earlier this year, or will it just jump directly to the new 4x parameter upgrade by later down the line? Elon once again replied, stating that there will be a 4.5 times increase in parameter and should be ready for wide release later this year. More importantly, however, he further adds that the upcoming version of the software will be super frugal with its usage of memory bandwidth, caching exactly what is needed and squeezing microseconds out of everything to maintain the high frame rates. He further adds that the whole system needs to be retrained, likely pointing towards a full upgrade to version 14. Alright, so if you didn't catch all that, what this ultimately means is that hardware 4 owners, you guys can jump for joy because we have been given an extension of life. Pretty much the man himself confirmed that hardware 4 does have the memory limitations that come with this chip, and that they are working on the next version of the software to be super frugal with the memory utilization. This is going to give it that extra little bit of push before they jump over to hardware 5. This means that we can see some kind of optimized and compressed version specifically for these cars. Now, the only one concern about all this is within the same week, Green confirmed in his findings that between the two nodes, they are running completely different tasks, completely different firmwares. That means that there is no redundancy, and if one chip fails or one node fails, the node that is in charge of full self-driving with the Robotaxi and with what we're running on our cars right now, there is no backup. The second node is doing shadow mode or everything else that isn't the full self-driving suite. that is going to be a big issue moving forward. Now, of course, with that being said, this is all just speculations, but one thing we do know for sure is that they are retraining the entire system, and they are adding a very critical component to the specific car that is going to further future-proof it for many years to come. Sparking interest again in the recent weeks as Model 3 prototypes have been repeatedly spotted with front bumper cameras fully integrated into the design. Production version still lacks this hardware, however, making the Model 3 the only vehicle in Tesla's current lineup without a front camera. This had led many to question whether the omission is a deliberate design choice, if an update is imminent, or if a retrofit is possibly coming. Digging through the available details, Green the Only once again uncovered something entirely new and different. By comparing the computer units from an older Model 3 Highland to a newer one, he spotted major differences that isn't available to the public, changes that would make the car so much more capable. After some additional research, he has discovered that much like the Model Y, Tesla has begun producing updated full self-driving computer units and have started rolling out to newer vehicles with different part numbers. This updated board now adds the ability to bring future sensors to the suite by including additional empty ports, preparing for the imminent front bumper camera upgrade as well as any other hardware additions planned later down the line. Another interesting discovery on the latest production board is a new marker labeled for 2 SoC or 2 systems on a chip, which aligns with earlier firmware findings from Green referencing to 3 SoC setup, potentially indicating that added redundancy processors are planned for hardware 5. While the exact time frame of when these new boards first appeared in vehicles remain unclear, Green speculates that may have entered production around late 2024, meaning that any cars built from that point onwards could already have the new boards on them. And what this could possibly mean for owners is that with the additional empty ports, this opens up room for possibility of a retrofit. Owners would be able to upgrade to the front bumper camera as soon as it's made available. On another interesting note, Tesla senior staff engineer Yenta Sai recently made a statement saying that only 3 things matter in perception: frame rate, acuity, and dynamic range in a given unit of time. LiDAR has none, thus it's hopeless for a robot using LiDAR to perform any delicate work, further confirming that Tesla vision is the way to go and it will end up succeeding. So yeah, there we go guys. Some really interesting details have just come up that we might not know about. The public has no idea what's going on the inside, but Tesla is always reworking, revamping, and revising all the components on their cars, and there is no doubt that a better version of the full self-driving computer is here and it's on its way. We are just about 6 months away from Hardware 5 officially announcing and rolling out to newer vehicles from the production line. If not by later this year, we are going to see it happen in Q1 of 2026, and this is going to be bringing a ton more redundancy to the system, as well as a ton more empty open connector ports for future advancements and future potentials of this board. As for the Model 3, however, although we don't have official confirmation that this is indeed for the front bumper camera, it would make the most sense seeing that the board has the same empty port connector on the Model Y, the Cybertruck, Model S and X, and those are all populated, and this new board on the Model 3 is in the exact same place, exact same location. Everything is pretty much identical. This would make us believe that there is going to be a connector that plugs into the exact same port and enables the front bumper camera system. Now, of course, there has been talks that the Model 3 is a small sedan that doesn't need the bumper camera because it can see everything above the roof. It's low enough to the ground, but I think that's just all a wash. That doesn't make sense. They are going to try as much as possible to simplify and unify the entire lineup, and there is definitely going to be a Model 3 front bumper camera coming any day now. It could possibly be even right after I drop this video. We don't really know. But yeah, aside from all that, what do you think about this? Do you think that this is enough? If it matters enough having a mid-weight revision board, call it hardware 4.5, or do you think it's better off waiting for the full entire package, hardware 5, to drop before you pick up your Model 3? I would love to hear your thoughts on this. Let me know in the comments below. I will continue to keep a close eye on everything that comes up, so I would love it if you stick around, hit that subscribe button, that bell notification if you haven't already done so and you've been following this channel for a very long time, and follow me on X or Twitter at HeyJohnnyEO. Over there, you will see things you wouldn't see here. You can talk to me more naturally, and you can chat with me anytime. DM me. I will respond as quickly as possible. Anyways, this should be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is John once again. Peace out.